Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football. Time for the defenders. Yes, like this season, there's so many options to choose from. Like it's very stressful, very hard to pick out the defenders. No, because there's not too many. There's very few options. No, but because there's so many players. Like in some other teams, there's like two or three, four defenders who are very good. Plus the goalkeeper as well that you can choose from. So it becomes very complicated. Between now and next week, the deadline, I'll be making a lot of changes and a lot of like researching here and there, trying to find who is the better one between all of those defenders. But I've picked out four defenders in this one who I think are very, very good options. Obviously, it's very hard to have all of them because you will want other defenders from other teams and all that. So let's talk about that. But first, I always forget to say this league code. Like that is the league code in case you haven't joined the Everything Football League. The link is also in the description. So that is 127 MNI6R01. That is the league code. Make sure to join the Everything Football League. And another link you'll find in the description is the Patreon link. I already posted the second draft there. I will post the midfielder videos there as well. So in case you want to support the channel and also get exclusive benefits like extra videos and team reviews and team ratings and all that, make sure to join the Patreon. So let's get started with the defenders. Number one, I'm going to start with Alphonso Davies. Now, very, very attacking. Now, the last couple of seasons, he's missed a few games here and there with injury, but last season, he still managed to pick up 43 points, including 4 clean sheets and 2 assists. And in terms of recoveries, he managed to pick up 9 extra points because of his recoveries. Now, obviously, he's one of those defenders playing at left back. He's going to go forward, go back, go forward, go back, and that will help in terms of getting attacking returns, goals, and assists, and also him going back and forth and going into midfield sometimes. That will help you get ball recoveries as well, whoever he's playing, whether he's playing a Man United or a Galatasaray. That's the other point. He's in a group with Man United, Galatasaray, in Copenhagen. Yes, Man United could be a good game for them, especially away from home. But at Bayern Munich's place, I expect Bayern Munich to win. I'm not sure they're going to keep a clean sheet, but players like Alphonso Davies don't really need clean sheets. Like the way he attacks, it's absolutely insane. Now, this season, in 3 Bundesliga games, he already has 3 assists. Yes, 3 games, 3 assists. For a left back, that is not a bad return at all. Plus 1 clean sheet in those 3 games. He's a massive attacking threat. Now, the fact that he's a massive attacking threat is why it's going to cost you 6 million. So if you want a player like Alphonso Davies in your team, you're going to really have to pay for it. Now, the other defenders in the team, like Kim Min Jae, yes, they can give you that clean sheet, but in terms of attacking potential, I don't think anyone comes close to Alphonso Davies. And that is why at the time of recording, he's selected by 27%. I would expect that number to get to around 30% by the time we get to the deadline. And that is a lot. That is a lot of people who have him, despite playing against Man United in the first game. So they're playing Man United in the first game, but after that, they're not going to play Man United again up until match day 6. So throughout match day 2 to match day 5, they will have games against Copenhagen and Galatasaray as well. So in those games, if he starts, which I expect him to, I'd not be surprised if he gets like a clean sheet and then a goal and an assist in the game, and that will probably mean player of the match on top of the recoveries as well. There is a game that he's going to get 15 points or something. So I would predict him to get at least 10 points in 2 games in that group stage. Very, very good option, Alphonso Davies. That is the first pick in terms of defenders. Bayern Munich, 6 million is what you're going to need to pay for him. Second up, let's get the second defender, and that is Bastoni. Now, it was very, very hard to pick a defender from Inter Milan, but last season, Bastoni was the highest scoring defender in the game. Yes, he scored 76 points last season. That was from 8 clean sheets, 3 assists, and 11 points for ball recoveries. And he also managed to pick up a player of the match last season as well. Now, obviously, some things have changed, like their goalkeepers left, like Onana. They've brought in Sommer, so things like that have changed. But the rest of the defense has pretty much remained the same. Very, very good defensively this season. Inter Milan already 3 games, 3 clean sheets for them in Serie A. And last season, they kept so many clean sheets in the Champions League, in the group stage, and in the knockout stage as well. If he continues that form, if they continue that form, Bastoni will be quite involved. So it's going to cost you 5.5 million. At the time of recording, Bastoni is currently selected by 19% of managers. He is guaranteed to start. The reason I'm going for him instead of the other defenders is that he's guaranteed to start. Now, are there other good options in the same team? Absolutely yes, but I'm going for that because he's proven from last season and already this season in terms of, I think he plays as the third centre back on the left side, and still from that position he can still get you goals, he can still get you assists, which is very, very welcome. The other options, the reason I'm not going for the other options, like there's Damian, there is DiMarco, there's also Dumfries as well, who's basically almost as a striker. The reason I've not chosen them is because of rotation risks. Now, Dumfries is probably going to start the first game. I'd not be surprised to see Dumfries starting the first game, yes. But now they've signed Pavard from Bayern Munich. He can play in that position. He can also play on the left side instead of DiMarco. Even if it's not for every game, for 1-2 games they might. They've also signed Cuadrado. I've seen Cuadrado coming on, I think, at the right wing back position a couple of times already this season. When I think it's called the Cherby, I think when a Cherby comes back, there's also the option of pushing Damian to the right wing back position. So there's a lot of options there that they could rotate. There's De Vrij as well. I think that's how you say his name. There's De Vrij as well, who plays as the center of the three center backs. A lot of options for Inter Milan. So I think out of all of those, Bastoni will probably start every single game. Now, I'd not be surprised, like in the first game when they play Real Sociedad, I'd expect the difference to be DiMarco, De Vrij, Bastoni, Dumfries, and also Damian. That will probably be their defense. But in terms of rotation and early substitutions, that is a risk. You don't want to have Dumfries and then he's subbed off in the 55th minute. But if you take the risk and you go for a player like a Dumfries or DiMarco and they bomb forward and they end up scoring a goal or two and they get a lot of assists as well, happy to take the risk. Absolutely no problem. Be happy to take the risk. At the end of the day, remember, it's your team. Inter Milan is very good defensively. I think you have to have at least one of their defenders. So I think it's up to you who you're going to choose from. Are you ready to take the risk and go for someone like a Dumfries and hope he starts like 4 out of the 6 games? Or are you going to go for one who's definitely guaranteed to start like a Bastoni in that team? Literally up to you. So for me, I've chosen him in this video because he's guaranteed to start. So Alessandro Bastoni, currently selected by 19%, is going to cost you 5.5 million. Is what is the second option I have gone for. Third option, I already spoke about this guy in a different video, but this is the first time speaking about him in terms of the defenders. David Raum, Leipzig, just like Inter Milan, another team that has several options. Now, it's definitely cheaper than the others that I've talked about. It's only going to cost you 4.5 million. So I have given you an expensive option. I've also given you like a middle priced option, and also a cheaper option. David Raum is currently selected by 4%, which is well, definitely a differential. 4% means like very, very few people have him. This season, he started all 3 league games in the Bundesliga. He plays at left back. And in the first 2 matches, he picked up 2 assists. And in the third, he didn't get an assist or a goal, but Leipzig kept a clean sheet against Union Berlin, another team that is actually in the Champions League. So Leipzig, very, very good defensively. And David Raum, you can go for him, and you can go for the right back as well. Hendricks, any of them is absolutely fine. But David Raum has been taking a couple of set pieces as well this season, which is good. And his group, yes, they have Man City in their group, but if you consider last season against Man City, they actually kept a clean sheet against Man City at Leipzig's place. It ended 0-0. They're not going to play Man City 4 or 5 times in the group. They're only going to play Man City twice. And in the other 4 games, they're going to play against Young Boys and also Red Star Belgrade. So I am expecting Leipzig to finish second in that group. And in those 4 games against the other 2 teams in the group, I don't think they're going to lose. I can see maybe 3 wins and a draw, something like that. Or maybe even 4 wins. Who knows? So the likes of David Raum can very important in terms of attacking returns and also clean sheets as well, and ball recoveries too. So they can get you ball recoveries when they play against a team like a Man City. So that is my third option, my third pick. I spoke about him in a different video, I think, on Patreon. So very, very good options from Leipzig as well. Very difficult to pick. Like, I'm struggling to pick out from those Inter Milan defenders and Leipzig defenders. They have so many options. My fourth and final pick, bonus pick, is the guy on the thumbnail, Di Lorenzo. Now, Di Lorenzo last season, absolutely incredible campaign. He led Napoli to the Serie A title, the Scudetto, and in the Champions League, he was just incredible. He was one of the highest scoring defenders. He scored 70 points. He had 2 goals. He had 2 assists. He also kept 4 clean sheets and also picked up 61 ball recoveries. That is crazy. And on top of that, he also got player of the match. And Napoli obviously went all the way to the quarterfinal. They did pretty well. So this season, if they can do the same, Di Lorenzo will be the guy. He plays as the right back and he goes forward a lot of times. And already this season, that is why this season we've already seen him scoring a goal and also assisting twice already in 3 Serie A games. He scored 1 and assisted twice. Is it 3 or 4 games? One of those, but he has scored 1 and assisted twice already. I think it's 3 Serie A games and 3 attacking returns in 3 Serie A games. That means you're getting an attacking return every single game in terms of average for a defender. That is absolutely fantastic. And they've also kept a clean sheet this season, Napoli. And in their group, yes, they have a very tough fixture against Real Madrid, but they also have Braga and also have Union Berlin. So that is absolutely fantastic. Another very good option. Last season, I had him from match day 1, I think, or match day 1. I think I had him from all the way from match day 1 and he did incredibly well. This season, we're going to really have to find a spot for him because you're talking about the Inter Milan defenders. You're talking about the Leipzig defenders. I haven't even mentioned any Man City defender in this video. We all know that group that they have. They could easily keep clean sheets. Some people would mention Arsenal defenders. Have realized Saliba is very cheap this season not this season. I mean, it's not like Arsenal being in the Champions League a lot, but like Saliba is very cheap in terms of his price this season in the Champions League. We've not talked about Real Madrid defenders as well, Barcelona defenders. So as you can see, there is a lot of options. So I don't expect a lot of teams to be similar this season. Like last season, I mean, midfield, everyone had Vinicius, some people had Salah, everyone had Haaland. The previous season, everyone had Benzema, some people had Messi as well. Like this season, I'm expecting it to be a bit different. There's a lot of very good options to have, especially defensively. But those are the 4 I've picked out in this video. Alphonso Davies going to cost you 6 million. Bastoni is going to cost you 5.5 million. Raum is going to cost you 4.5 million. And finally, Di Lorenzo is going to cost you 5.5 million. That is my picks for this video. On the end screen, I'll include 2 videos. Make sure to check them out. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.